Hey friends, welcome back for another video. I'm back here with Tristah and the other Dark Elves. Yup, Tristah, my Dark Elf Ranger, and we're gonna do another Lost Dungeons of Norath mission. That's sort of been the ongoing theme, and maybe I can just try to just do Lost Dungeons until about level 65, in which case I will have to do something else because you sort of plateau at 65. You can't really advance much further than that. So we're going to do something in Butcher Block. Let's go risk high. Always go risk high if you can. You're going to get better XP. You're going to get better loot. And I think you're going to have more fun. Unless you've got absolute garbage gear or like because you're on a TLP or something, in which case then maybe you want to go risk normal. But I feel like even on a TLP, if you've got a good group, you're going to be fine going risk high. Just my opinion. And we're going to go mob count, and I'm going to hit request. Here we go. We got to kill 58 mobs. So we're going to hit accept, and we're going to leave. As usual, we've got Tristah the Ranger, level 39. We've got Phobia, who is a Shadow Knight, and I believe Phobiah is 40. And then there's Dismae, who is a Dark Elf Rogue. So it's all Dark Elves. As with any Dark Elves, I would advise using some level of caution when you're running through Greater Fate Arc. You don't want to cross paths with any higher level elves that might try to kill you on sight. There's always a way to get friendly with the elves if you really wanted to, but that would mean killing a lot of orcs in Crushbone and possibly turning in a lot of shoulder pads and or belts and that sort of thing to raise your faction. But it's doable. I did it with a Dark Elf Shadow Knight who I think that, what do they worship? Not Bertoculus, Inaruk, right? And that's like the most evilest and hateful of all of them. Isn't Inaruk the god of hate? I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. Oh, man. What the heck happened here? So, you can't see it, but one of my characters got stuck. And I don't know if they got stuck or what, or if they just stopped following. It's just weird. Sometimes auto-follow fails. And yeah, you're left behind. Checking my background frames per second, I do have it set to unlimited on this character, so I don't know why there was a glitch and they got left behind. Hopefully it doesn't happen often. Alright, I'm now in Lesser Fey, and I should be able to just get there without any real issues. I think even if a Brownie Scout were to attack, I could take him out at level 40 without a whole lot of trouble. Could always harm touch his ass. Is the Pained Unicorn after my group? I don't know. Oh, there's a Brownie Scout after my group as well. Dismay got stuck again. Got stuck. I don't know what's going on, guys. But it's becoming a real problem. It's legit pissing me off. I'm sure that Phobia's skeletal pet got killed. Okay, I'm guessing that Dismay's mount has a max speed of 64 while the other mounts have a max speed. Yeah, they have a max speed of 75. That's what's going on. So unfortunately, I have to slow down because of that. I'm gonna have to fix that. It's always so frustrating. So one of the mercs is killing this stupid unicorn that attacked, thankfully. Okay, there it is. There's the stupid mausoleum thing. So we're just gonna go right on in. One of the things that I always hated about original Everquest was how trolly the original creators were of the game. And you can feel free to disagree with me all you want, but The original people from Vermont were serious trolls. My point is that only a troll would put level 40 mobs that were KOS in like a level 10 and under zone. And they make them wander, so they're all over the place. That's really just tell me that's not trolling. That's trolling. It's totally trolling. I'd say another thing that shows that they were trolling. They had that rule in place where they didn't want anybody to use offensive or raunchy names. Yet if you look at the names of some of their NPCs, like Bait Masterson is a legit NPC, while off the cuff it doesn't seem offensive. You know very well what they were alluding to, and had any player used that name for their character, I guarantee they would have made the character change the name. I just thought I'd throw that in there. It's always fun to criticize Everquest a little bit. Doesn't mean you don't love it. It just means that you're human, because there's a lot to criticize. So I believe this video is going to come out on the same day as the Phippie Awards video. So I'm really curious to see who won. I know it wasn't me. That would be ludicrous. I'm hoping somebody good won it, you know? I really do. I hope it's somebody I've watched before. I hope it's, you know, someone who I enjoyed their videos and stuff. I guess if it's someone that I've never seen their stuff before, that's fine too, because maybe even though I've never seen them, maybe everybody else has. Just because I don't know about it doesn't make it not popular, you know? I very much stay in my own wheelhouse, and I know that could be a thing. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a thing. But, you know, you know what you like, so you kind of keep going for it. I'm just happy people discover and watch my channel. And for those of you who do, thank you so much. I'd like to apologize too. I don't know if you guys can hear the grindy sound. There's something going on with my spare computer to my left where it's been making some noise lately. I think it's just cold, like it's really, really cold. So it sounds a little grindy, like the fan or something. It's a much older computer, and when it runs, it just makes little grindy noises now. I don't know if there's a way to silence it. It's not even that loud, honestly. You probably won't hear it. I can hear it though. So I thought I would acknowledge it in case anybody else hears it too. No, you're not going nuts. There is a little bit of a weird grindy noise in the background. Wisdom. Okay, that would go to Tristah, because she uses wisdom. Although a 4 wisdom aug isn't like much of a big deal, really. Probably don't need it. It'd be pretty cool if you could work the augs that you get from the Lost Dungeons, similar to how you can work the augs that you get from like Noble's Causeway and zones like that. I always thought it'd be really neat, but I don't think you can. I don't think you can craft with these. I guess I can double check, but I'm pretty sure I've checked already. Yeah, it would say something about usable in trade skills if it was, and it's not, so there you go. We've got some ornate Defiant Plate Greaves. I guess we're going to give that to Phobia, the only one in the group who can wear plate. And it's an upgrade. Well, that's a first pretty much, because I usually get stuff that I can't use. So the fact that it's an item that I don't already have that is also an upgrade, that's impressive. I'm happy about that. So whatever happens, this is already a pretty good day. Should I mess with this barrel? I guess I could. I do have the rogue here. So let's try to disarm it and all that stuff. Sense traps. Disarm traps. It says I disarmed it. Let me try it again. It's not, I'm certain that it's not trapped. Okay. picked the lock, successfully picked the lock. All right, now all I have to do is hit open. Do I not have an open key? Yes, I do. Okay. And there's not much in it. It's crappy loot, but hey, you know, the rogue made themselves useful. Thanks, rogue. Good job there. Picking them locks. Let me pull them off the wall here. So here's a weird question. Kind of ridiculous, a ridiculous thought. So housing is really bad right now, right? Like housing sucks. So what would you do if you came across a crypt like this? It didn't have any vampires or monsters in it. But it was creepy. You know, some roots coming through and maybe some torture devices. Very dark. Would you live there? Would you live in this creepy dungeon with the chains hanging off the ceilings and the roots and, you know, maybe not permanently. Maybe until you got back on your feet, if you had nowhere else to go. Would you live here? I myself am on the fence. Like, I guess if it was spending a night in this crypt or freezing to death because it's like 7 degrees outside tonight, I would choose sleeping in the dungeon for sure, especially if it would keep me from certain death, freezing, you know. But live there, that's a tough one. I would also say it would depend on how bad the mold situation was. If I'm there and my allergies flare up really badly, then I would not want to stay there very long at all. Like, it would be that emergency shelter that you go to instead of freezing to death, sure. But you don't want to make yourself more sick by exposing yourself to allergy stuff, which I have a lot of. Harvest Coercer. He looks like somebody's mummy. I guess I should activate my poison. I should check to see that the others have their poison activated as well, especially the rogue, since they have the bestest of the poisons. I don't know how well these shadow guys show up on the video. It looks like they show up fine though. Yeah, I take a quick glance over to my right where my other monitor is. And yeah. I think if I saw these shadows IRL, I'd probably poop myself. Just like most of the other monsters. It looks like we did get some loot. For some reason, my loot window did not open up. So let's see. Plate bracer. Let's give that to Phobia as well. And we're going to set the... Why did I not have auto split coin on? That was weird. This is very selfish of the ranger. And yep, it looks like that was an upgrade too, because one of my wrists was a glooming deep bracer. So hooray, 2 things that were upgrades. I'm gonna have to do one of those daily quests to get a cape for my Shadow Knight, that's for sure. I don't know if I'm gonna do it with this team or not. Oh, let's get rid of this trap here. Target it. Disarm traps. You have not disarmed a trap. Okay. Sense trap. Come on. The cooldown on this is crazy. Disarmed. Okay. It is broken. Still doing really, really well with this group too, by the way. Like, I don't think there's much that can challenge us. And a lot of stuff, like in the tracking, is yellow and even con. Oh, someone else leveled up again. Well, the ranger is 40 now also, but they didn't just level. But I can memorize some new spells. Okay, I was able to memorize 1 new spell. I'm not gonna use a Swarm of Pain. I'm going to stick with the lower level one because I have a feeling my Conjuration is still going to be kind of crappy. The Shadow Knight leveled up one. They didn't get much in the way of new spells. And oh, the Rogue is level 40 now as well. So everybody's caught up to each other now. I wonder if that coffin is a container that I can open, because some of the coffins they're like boxes. Actually, I don't know, I can't target it. Yeah, so no, it is not a container. Okay, I've already been in there. I've not been in here yet because I see mobs. So here's the thing, I wonder, as a tank, can I like do auto attack with taunt, or can I only do it with bash? Okay, it says activate, there's no auto activate, but it is auto activate with bash. So at least I'll have that turned on. I already have auto activate turned on for the rogue. And you don't need to have auto activate on for anything if you don't want to. That's just something if you're playing multiple characters like I'm doing, then yeah, auto activate is your friend. You may ask me, I'm not familiar with auto activate. What is that? Well, I can show you with the ranger here. If you go to one of these macros, like the taunt one, there's a couple of commands here, like assign and change size, clear, and activate. And above activate is usually auto activate. I don't have it for that skill, but I'm pretty sure I have it for kick. So let's do kick. We'll bring it over here. I don't have a pet, so I'm going to right click and hold it. And there you go, auto activate. So now I can click on that. And if you right click on it again, you'll see there's an asterisk next to auto activate. And that means anytime I have auto attack on, I will kick automatically every time it's refreshed, you know, it's available. I'll be using kick. So if you're someone who forgets to use some of these abilities, and or you're playing multiple characters, using auto activate could be really nice, very helpful. Oh yeah, the tank ran in. I'm not actually tanking with my tank, I'm tanking with that little gnome warrior there, because I'm not driving with the tank today. I'm driving with the ranger. Reason being, you know, I like to try to give every character a chance to drive the group, so I practice more of their skills, like some of their casting skills and things like that. Like with the rogue, if I'm driving with them, I'll practice their hide and sneak more and stuff like that. Also practice their pickpockets, because you can't auto activate with pickpockets. It'd be pretty cool if you could. I'd love it, you know, but you cannot. It's only with the attack abilities like kick, bash. I believe you could do, as far as monks go, like dragon punch. You can use auto activate on backstabs as well, or I think is it frenzy or something like that for a berserker? I believe something similar to that. Hey there, Harvester Sentry. How's it going? Alright, got them killed. See, this is where I would have some issue with spending the night here. There's like a skull in this little cubby next to this candle. And I know it's just a flat texture, but if this was something you'd see IRL, that would probably be a little cubby with the skull and a candle sitting there. So, yeah. I mean, at least, hey, there's a candle. You can always light it if it's dark, you know. Got free candles. I wonder if they're scented, you know. And is it like a nice scent, like cherry blossom? Or is it something like blood and viscera? Or essence of slug. I don't know. They don't really tell us these things. There isn't like an emote that chimes in when you enter the room where it says something like, you smell the pleasant odor or the pleasant fragrance of cherry blossom. Or you smell the foul stench of slug and blood or something. There's a lot of mobs in this room. Look at that. Look at all the vampires. They come to suck. Yep, they sure suck alright. They die real easy too. So I had one of those passengers today that I was like their first. They were an Uber virgin. They never took an Uber before, basically. So, you know, he comes up, he kind of taps on the window. It's like, should I sit in the front or the back? I'm like, well, the back is preferred just because, you know, most people sit in the back. I'm fine if somebody sits in the front if there's like multiple people in the group. But if it's just one guy, I'd rather them sit in the back. It is locked. Sends traps, disarm traps. Let's get closer. Let's try pick lock again. I failed to pick the lock of the dusty barrel. I'm certain that it's trapped also. Okay. So if I have not disarmed it, chances are it cannot be disarmed by me. Yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. That's one of those things that you only mess with. Oh crap, it's too late. Runes of warding. Entrapped your mind, blurring your thoughts. It's a mana drain. Great. Well, let's just try to speed through this and kill as many mobs as we can. Hopefully it just drains the mana and doesn't kill everybody. Well, that just sucks. I don't have any character in this group aside from the cleric merc. I don't know if they're going to be trying to hit me with remove curse or not. That can actually remove that. I think that maybe a shaman can craft potions that can remove curses. So that might be something to look into. I don't know, maybe rangers get a remove curse. So maybe that's something I can look at. What do you guys think? Do you guys think rangers get remove curse? I really doubt it. But let's take a look here. Under heals, cure. Yeah, cure disease and cure poison. If I do get it, I don't have it now. Let's check the counter. I mean, it says it's a curse. So it's resist prismatic. Yeah. So I don't have anything currently that can remedy that. I guess it could be worse, you know? It could be something that just kills you and it's not, so. I think that these tails are worthless, so I'm not going to loot them. Leave the tails behind. But see, that's why you don't want to just willy-nilly go and try to open those boxes, the barrels. There's crates, there's chests, without trying to check to see if they're locked. Or trapped, and I was careless with that one. I really was. We got another aug drop. Resist cold. Not anything great. I'm actually going to leave that resist cold one. Let's see, we've got 51 out of 58 so far, with 62 minutes left on the clock. I think we're going to finish this one, guys. I don't even have a whole lot of Uber buffs on or anything. It was just relatively easy with the gear we have. And it's mostly just regular Defiant stuff. I don't know if I want to mess with this stupid chest, but I guess I have a rogue. I might as well put them to use. This time, I'm just going to do sense traps a couple of times. It says, I'm certain it's trapped. You have not disarmed the chest. So I'm going to do one more round where I check it. Certain that it's trapped. And it says, you have disarmed a dark chest. and I'm certain that it's not trapped. All right, so now I'm going to pick the lock, successfully pick the lock, hit open, and we got it. We got it without getting messed up by the crazy trap. Benefit awareness is a level 12, reduces mana cost of beneficial spells by up to 5%, will decay on spells over level 60. Nothing great. I guess that's something a ranger could use. So I'm going to give it to the ranger, because it sure as heck isn't going to be useful for the rogue. All right. Now we're in this musty cave area. Here's another weird thought. Weird question for you. Would you guys ever sleep in a coffin? Like if it was nice, it was clean, like it was never used before, so it doesn't have like goo or anything in it, like someone else's funky goo. Clean, you know. And would you want to sleep with the lid open or closed? I see, I think you've probably seen them too, like these pictures of these creepy ass basically coffins, right? That they're made out of like steel, like heavy steel and stuff like that. And they're supposed to be intended for like use if there's an earthquake. Oh, we finished the mission. Yep, that was it. That was our last kill. But I'm going to try to clear a few of the mobs. So yeah, they're intended for like earthquakes and things like that. And if there's an earthquake, it's supposed to drop into a vault, like a concrete vault, lock you in there, but you're locked in with allegedly like some food and water and maybe a radio that's supposed to last you a couple of days to try to call for help. Would you do it? Honestly, I think I would rather die in the initial earthquake. Here's why. You're going to be in such worse shape if there is no help, or you're just buried under that much debris where you're not found until like months later, if at all, in which case you would have starved to death in complete darkness, because the radio would stop working, the food and water would run out. And where are you going to use the bathroom? Where are you peeing and pooping? Just, you know, right there in the box with you in it? Even if you brought a jar, the thing is about the size of a coffin. How are you going to manage the maneuver and do all that? I don't think it's possible, guys. Not if you want to be content and or comfortable. Yeah, some folks might argue that they'd rather take that whole risk than certain death, but I think I'd rather take the certain death, just because I've learned that there's things worse than death out there, like disease, like chronic disease, and living. You can live for a long time, but you're constantly in pain and sick and stuff and not enjoying yourself at all. I think I'd rather just not be there. So, what's your opinion? I know, weird subject matter today for story time, so I apologize if it's weird or makes you uncomfortable. Should I start doing trigger warnings in my videos? Guys, let me know. Let me know what your take is on that. Like, warning, subject matter of this discussion may be unsuitable for some viewers. Okay, sense traps, disarm traps, and it is disarmed. And that thing gave me the herp. I can cure diseases, so let me try to cure myself here. I don't need to be walking around with the herp if I don't have to. My cleric merc isn't doing squat to try to heal me either. There we go. Does anybody else have the herp? Okay, it doesn't look like it. It looks like everybody else is fine. It was just me. I had the herp. No one else did. That's why you gotta keep your blade clean, boys and girls. You don't want to be using it on some filthy plague rat. And then get the herp. Or one of these creepy ass Smeagol looking guys. Cabal Debauchee. Well, I feel like this was productive enough. We got a couple of levels because Tristah started at 39, they're 41 now. And we actually got 2 pieces of armor that were upgrades for the Shadow Knight. So that's pretty good. All right, let's go this way. I'm still seeing quite a number of mobs here. It looks like I cleared that section. Oh, here we go. This is the way. Crimson Cabal Crypt Villager. Come on down. You're the next contestant, Don. Let me put this in you. Maybe I need to rename the game show. I meant my sword! Stop it. Alright. He did. Come on out here, Mr. Mummy. Actually, he's a mummy. Would he be a Mr. Mummy or a Ms. Mummy? Mrs. Mummy. I think these are they save versus magic? I kind of like keeping the save versus magic ones, and you know, I'll use them, but I know that they're not great. But save versus magic is always pretty right. I thought there was still going to be one more room here, and I was right. It paid off. As always, when I'm multi-boxing like this, it's just me, and I use macros, like just assist macros for the other 2 characters. And it looks like we got some more good loot. Dude, we got ornate chain boots, and we got 2 chain wearers in the group. So that's awesome. Pretty sure that's going to be an upgrade for somebody. It's an upgrade for Tristah for sure, because they're still wearing crude Defiant chain boots. So there we go. That is very nice. Look at the difference, man. Plus hit point and mana regen on the new ones. I like it. We got some great loot on this run. I'm so glad, because a lot of times, what am I doing? You guys could tell me. Yep, I'm complaining about getting everything except what I need, because a lot of times that's what happens. Like, you get all these drops, but it's not what you need. Wait, is there something down here? Nope, nothing. Yeah, I think that was something I did earlier. And we gotta go this way. Let me make sure my 2 are following me. Yep. There's still some stuff going, some 2 mobs up somewhere. And I think I found them right here. Does this mean I actually cleared out the whole dungeon? I think so, man. I think I cleared out the whole thing. Every last one of them. At least from what I could see. That's it. That's it. We did it. Hey, there's a trap. Okay, Rogue. Go kill that trap. Sense traps. Disarm. Yay, it's dead. I killed it. Did I just forage a brick? Gargoyle granite. Gargoyle granite is good to forage. You can craft Gothic armor with it. Gothic chain, Gothic plate. Now, of course, Gothic armor is crap compared to Defiant. But in era, the Gothic armor was pretty good because it gave you some nice magic resist. I mean, it can't probably compare to like the stuff dropping in the plains and stuff like that. But for armor that you could craft, which a lot of the armor in original Everquest that you could craft never had any stats. It was pretty much garbage. I don't know why they didn't want to give stuff you could craft stats until much later in the game. But yeah, it would let you craft armor that had some good magic resist. Anyway, I think that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I feel like maybe it was kind of a speed run, but I had fun. I had fun doing it. And we got a couple of levels. And I'm just going to keep playing these guys and I'm going to sprinkle in other videos in between because, hey, why not? Everybody seemed to enjoy my one about inventory management. I don't know if it was because I offered to give away some free bags or not. Let me know what you think about stuff like that in the comments. Do you wish I would try to maybe do some more giveaway things where I'm giving away items I can craft, like bags and stuff like that? How helpful is that? Let me know. I really do like the interaction with the audience. It's why I ask questions. It's why I ask for comments. If I didn't want you to comment, I would probably just turn off comments, you know? Which I don't understand why you would put videos up on a public forum if you did not want the interaction, because it's like a cry for connection, if anything, you know? It's like, hey, I'm alone. Talk to me, you know? Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, leave a thumbs up. If you like what I do here and you'd like to support me and support the channel, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, or better yet, you can join the channel as a channel member. Channel members get special perks and privileges like a link to join the private Discord, and you're supporting me. You're helping me work my way through YouTube and work my way out of being an Uber driver. Because yes, as insane as it is, I hope to one day have enough views and memberships and stuff where I maybe don't have to drive so much or at all. It'd be great if I could just make enough to pay my rent and my car payment through this. Crazy, I know. I'm crazy. I'm insane. But we've all got to have a dream, right? You can also leave a super thanks in the video. Super thanks is like a little donation saying, hey, thanks, here's your tip. I want to thank all my current YouTube channel members, Patreon patrons, and anybody who's recently given me a super thanks or a super chat for your support. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And you guys who have not only subscribed but resubscribed month after month are my absolute heroes. Thank you. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.
Brave sisters from Nereac's third gate, explore the crypts where the undead wait. With torches high, their hearts of steel stepped into gloom, ready to reveal. Past the vines and the creeping moss, whispers thick where spirits cross. Dark elf sisters, fierce and bold, into the crypt the story unfolds. Through haunted halls and broken stones, faces fierce in the unknown. Vampires fall to their blades so sharp, specters flee from the sister's heart. Tristah led with a tainted blade, eyes like fire none would evade. Phobiah roared with her battle cry, great sword swung true, watch shadows die. Dismay's daggers pierce the light, crippling pain and blinding fright. Together strong against the dread, through the crypt where none dare tread.